Welcome again. This week is just chocked full with AI news. While tons of new AI stuff is dropping at CES, which you can find out more about here, OpenAI decided to also drop its ChatGPT. Finally, all those GPTs you've been working on can finally be made available to the public. The GPT store is of course only available to Plus users, and although monetization was announced, it has not yet been released, and it is likely to come later this quarter. For those who don't know, OpenAI shared that they will be doing some degree of monetization. However, the details of it have not been released. Specifically, how much will be paid out to GPT creators. Only that those whose GPTs are used the most will get some kind of payout. Now, you would think that that would be an incentive for people to start getting out there and creating GPTs. However, there are still a lot of issues with the GPT store, including the ability to see how many of the GPTs are made, thus taking away from what might make them unique and special. Something I actually reveal in my Patreon, so if you want to know, check it out. As well as some of GPTs, as well as many of the GPTs effectively becoming commodities, especially since you can just go into a GPT creator GPT, or even OpenAI's own GPT creator, and tell it to do exactly what the GPT that you found does, tweak it and see if it can do better than the one that you were using before. And by the way, we have our own GPT creator as well. You can find the link in the description below. So if you are interested in making money with the GPT store, how can it become a way to consistently generate income while at the same time retaining what makes your GPT special without it leaking out or being copied? The secret sauce is to build an app around your GPT, or your GPT around an app. One of the best features that GPTs actually have is the ability to create actions. This allows the GPT to interface with other sources of data and applications. This is where I believe some GPTs will rise beyond the rest, as a GPT's ability to access closed APIs, particularly those that are regularly updated with information, will be what sets them apart from the rest. Even simply having a GPT that accesses its information via a cloud database rather than a file that's attached to it allows the GPT to hide the data from those that might try and find out more about it. Furthermore, as you update the information in that database, the GPT will get smarter and use more up-to-date information. And we'll go through a few that are doing that in the examples that will follow. So if you're interested in building a truly unique GPT using actions, please don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell icon. And if you're really committed to learning, check out our newsletter, because I will be releasing some videos specifically on this soon, with some exclusive ones only for my patrons. Despite that though, there are still some great GPTs out there, with some of them being brilliant, whereas some of them having a great idea in theory, but could probably use a little more time in the oven. With that, let's dive into the store and have a look at some of these GPTs. So the first GPT that I want to talk about is definitely one that fits in the entertainment space. It's Refuse GPT, and quite simply, this GPT will just refuse to do anything. It is snarky, it is annoying, and it is absolutely hilarious to see ChatGPT have so much attitude. I'm putting this GPT on the list because of its novelty. While it does get boring after 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes are thoroughly entertaining, until it annoys you so much that it's not. So definitely at least points for creativity. Another one along the same vein that also gets points for creativity is Annoyed GPT. Whereas Refuse GPT will actually refuse to do anything, Annoyed GPT will still fulfill its job as a GPT assistant. It'll just be annoyed when it does it. Again, this is fun for the novelty. If you want to try and get a different kind of response, this might be an interesting GPT to use. But beyond that, again, points for creativity. I like these because it's interesting to see the prompting that goes in behind them to give it this consistent character and attitude. So this next one, Miss Smith Language Teacher, is one of those where I think the idea turns out better than the execution. I tried to get Miss Smith to teach me a little Japanese, but as an intermediate user, I found just the very beginning and the way that the GPT is initially prompting me is not great. There are some better solutions out there, and if you want to know, please drop a comment in the section below. But I think using GPTs as a language learning tool is a fantastic application, and I've got it here just for that. This next one is actually equal parts entertaining as it is useful. For those of you who are constantly barraged by telemarketers, particularly those with an Indian accent, this GPT is for you. This GPT will help you not only come up with phrases to shut down telemarketers, it will tell you how to do it with Zing and in Hindi. That's right. Freak out your telemarketers by responding to them with Hindi with the sassiest "stop bothering me" lines. Unfortunately, either due to how the prompt is set up or OpenAI's policies, it doesn't get as vicious as I'd like, but it's a good start. This last one, the shopping scout, I can see being particularly useful when you're trying to buy something and you are looking for the best place to buy it, or you want to try and find it on Amazon. I find it especially useful for searching Amazon outside the US where the markets are a lot more fragmented. However, as you can see here, I did run out of GPT-4 time to use this GPT, so I will have to get back to you with the results, but the initial ones are promising. And that's all I unfortunately had time to play with. If you want me to dive deeper into some of the GPTs that are more productivity oriented, such as the SEO ones, the writing ones, there are a few spreadsheet ones, please let me know in the comments below, especially if you have 3 or 4 that you're looking at and you want to know which is the best GPT out of all of them. Please leave it in the comments below. I would like to do a few videos diving deeper into some of these GPTs and giving them slightly more difficult tasks to do. We might do it on a per topic basis. Let me know. And if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.